Let's
All right,
start.
let's do this. We call it communication nuggets, Julie. Give us a nugget, like a ninja
Like
nugget.
one nugget, I would say first part of communication
Is this for a team? Is this for individual, just person, regular relationships? Can it be used in both?
I think the cool thing about communication is if you do it well, it works in every scenario. And so we should be communicating in our life with our family the same way that we do in our life with our teammates or
Come
the
on.
people that we're leading, so that we're not compartmentalizing with you. I treat you like this, but I treat these people like that. And then when I go home, I just do whatever. So our life should be kind of superfluous in that area. So I think any kind of communication stuff that we talk about can work for any setting. So I think probably the first thing is, last time we talked, we did a Periscope, we just talked about establishing relationship with people. And a lot of communication breakdowns happen because of lack of relational capital. So if I know you and I know that your intentions are good, it's going to be really easy for us to work something out.
Yeah.
But if we have no relational capital, then the first thing that happens is defense goes up, and now I need to protect myself from you because I don't know you, and
Yeah.
what I don't know sometimes is scary. So instead of doing that, I try to have my heart postured towards, I know this person would never want to hurt me, so I need to find out why that felt painful. Or I'm not going to make assumptions about your intentions, so can you help me understand what you meant when you said that? Because if we jump straight to, oh, he must really be mad at me and he hates me because he said XYZ, then we put ourselves in a position to make them our enemy versus saying, I'm actually moving close to you so we can solve this. Because nobody wants to be accused of something. People don't like accusations. And so I think that's probably one of the first things that
People like to
talk
be
about.
asked what was going on instead of assumed what was going on or told what was going on.
Right. I mean, because we judge our own self by our motives, but we don't actually know what the motives of other people are. Like, I can't read your mind.
Yeah.
And so I might think, oh, when he did this, he meant these things. Versus, I know Seth has good heart and he has good intentions, so I need to ask him what was going on when that got said, and express to him, okay, that felt like this to me. Thank you for clearing that up for me, so that I can have my heart connection with you still there.
Yeah. One time I was going into a meeting with a person who had done something earlier that week, and I had set up a meeting to talk to him about it, and I thought I knew why this person did what they did.
Yeah.
But when I was walking into the meeting, God says, hey, curiosity will keep you out of judgment. Why don't you ask him what he was thinking instead of tell him what he was thinking or doing? And so I asked him, I said, hey, what were you thinking what was going on inside you when you did that? And he said, oh, I was trying to do this and serve this, and his intentions were completely good. I had to ask him to forgive me for what I was assuming he was doing. I said, oh, here's how it seemed to me when you did that. Here's how it felt to me. Here's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I was thinking that about you.
Yeah. And we end up going at something with guns blazing that never needed to happen. And I think a lot of times people are like, but I'm really discerning. And discernment's never an excuse for judgment. It's never an excuse not to love someone. And so I fall into the category of, if I wanted to be, I could be very black and white. I typically am black and white about certain things, but my heart, when it comes to discernment's not, because I discern something, I'm now putting you in a category of you fit there. Actually, you can learn how to not do that. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a process, but it was worth it, because I found that I would write people off before I even knew them based on a perception that wasn't real. And so when growing as a leader, if you're doing that to people, you're actually losing strength that are in the people around you, because you're failing to see everything that they have. You just get stuck on I didn't like that one thing, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Versus, wow, my heart is for you. My heart is for this to work, and I actually need you because you strengthen me, and I strengthen you, and it's going to make us better as a team.
Come on. Man, that's good.
Yeah.
Any other nuggets you got?
What other nuggets? Yeah, I mean, Danny Silk's book's great. It's full of a whole bunch of communication stuff, and one of the things that I love from there is just seeking connection. And it does start with what we just talked about, believing the best and intentions, but not going into a confrontation or into a hard conversation with an agenda of by the end of this conversation, I need to be right. So here's my list of things that I'm going to do to be right, and here's the record that I've been secretly keeping against you the whole time that we've been in relationship of every time that it hasn't worked. And so I think that's like why the Bible really is specific about how we deal with, Matthew 18 principle of like, hey, go to your brother. And it's a huge deal because it's easy for us to externally process with people and it actually be gossip or slander. And when we externally process like that and we have no accountability to our words, then we're building a case before we've actually even talked to someone about it. And so there is a place for you to have people of counsel in your life, but not for the sake of, I want to get you on my side so that when I actually go address with this person what they did, then I can say, but so-and-so and all these other people are on my side and have a need to be right, versus, hey, let's you and I work this out, because if you and I can have a conversation about this, then it can get resolved and it can protect you and your reputation and me and my reputation, and then we can go from there. Because it's really easy to start externally processing, and then now Seth looks bad to everybody over here when all they got was one side of the story. And every time there's a disagreement, there's always two sides. And so following that really, I think is key to any kind of leadership, any kind of relationship being healthy, that if you have a problem, going to the person and just saying, let's talk about this. And if you do that well, if you sit there and you're listening to understand and you're not being accusatory, you can even come to a place where you're like, man, we're not working this out. Let's get some help. If you really do value the connection.
And then you're getting help together, not talking about the other person. You're talking with the other person.
Yeah.
It's good. The only time to talk about people is to get help to talk to them.
Yeah.
I like to say.
That's
hey,
good.
Here's what we're going to do. There's a few of you on here. If you have any questions, communication questions, you would like to fire away real fast. We have 6 minutes at the most that we could take any question. Probably should be about communication, though, or about leadership. So if you're on here still and you have a question about anything Julie just said, fire away. If not, I'll figure one out.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for a question,
yes.
I was just thinking about like,
do you have something?
Being self-aware and knowing how people can respond to you, how you come off to people. Like, I'm very aware that my face doesn't always express that, like, I'm happy or excited. And so a lot of times people will be a bit intimidated by me, and I'm not trying to intimidate them.
It's just the way you...
And then after they know me, they're like, wow, I was really kind of scared of you for a while. On one level, that's not my problem. But on another level, I can actually help bridge that gap in how I communicate and try to be warmer to people when, in my mind, I'm thinking 100 things right now, and I actually didn't see them. But a lot of times people will think, and they'll make assumptions like, oh, she must not like me because she didn't say hi when she walked by. And me going, I didn't even see them. But then it helps me be more aware of, I remember last time I walked down this hall, I had some feedback from people saying, hey, you walked past me and you didn't even say hi. And I was like, oh, stop me next time because I didn't actually see you. And then it kind of gives us both accountability instead of assumptions being made. So, like, as silly and goofy as it sounds, like, I'm working on making sure my face expresses, like, I'm really happy without it feeling like it's not me.
Yeah.
And so for some of you, you probably experienced that. Like, maybe you get told, hey, you're cold or distant. But then people are like, once I got to know you, I really liked you. Don't be offended by that feedback. It's actually helpful in how people start to take your influence. Like, influencing people, you need to have a place of influence. So sometimes being self-aware helps that.
That's good. Hey,
did you see any questions?
We had awesome stuff, good stuff, and great. Very good. There we go. So we have no questions.
No questions.
And
communication.
So
Everybody always has questions about that.
I know. Except when you're here ready to answer them.
I know. We put them on the spot?
We did put them on the spot. And we only have 1 minute, so we need to get going because we have church tonight. If you're here in Redding, you can join us at Bethel. If not, you won't.
You won't.
Or you can join us on Bethel TV maybe. And quick thing you need to know, I'm going to do Periscope on 2 Periscopes this coming week on classroom management with children and children's ministry. So if you know somebody that wants to see that, check out my Facebook. It'll be on there. But we're going to do one called Agreements and Accountability with Children, and we're also going to do one on special needs. 2 of them this week, Wednesday and Thursday. Facebook will have them, Twitter will have them, Instagram will have them. So you can join us 2 o'clock Wednesday and 6 o'clock. Nope. 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock Wednesday, 2 o'clock Thursday. There you go.
People pay a lot of money to go to those classes,
Yeah,
and
I
you're
know.
just going to give it
For
for
free.
free on Periscope. Way to go.
For now. See? All right.
Take it while you can get it.
That's right. Bless you guys. Thanks, Julie, for Communication Nuggets, helping us all. Will they be on YouTube? They probably will, yes. Later. Which book did you reference?
Danny Silk's book, Keep Your Love On.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can watch them for 24 hours. Tanta. And, sorry, I butchered your name.
Yeah, you did.
You can watch them for 24 hours, and I'll probably put them on YouTube and Facebook as well. All right. See you guys later. Have a great night.
Bye.